come to your life. Help me make the most of freedom and of pleasure. 'Cause everybody wants to rule the world. Everybody wants to rule the world.
Father's Day is sorted at Total Tools. Get Dad an ultimate Father's Day gift card. Open 7 days a week. 897 Latrobe Street. Power 103.1. Ballarat's leaders in local. Listen anywhere you go on the free iHeartRadio app. Your news now.
Good afternoon, I'm Tom Rudy. A female police officer has been bitten on the leg by an offender's dog in Sebastopol over the weekend. After a car crash on Saturday afternoon, a person of interest had fled the vehicle and hidden on a nearby roof. Whilst being assessed by paramedics at the scene, the female's dog escaped from a nearby yard and is alleged to have advanced on the officer, with police deploying capsicum spray. A 23-year-old from Redan has been released pending further inquiries and the results of a toxicology report. There's upcoming disruptions on local rail lines as the state government forge ahead with a Victoria-wide maintenance blitz. Between September 30th and October 2nd, coaches will replace trains between Ballarat and Ararat, with crews working to deliver signalling and track upgrades. In a statement, Minister for Public and Active Transport, Gabrielle Williams, said the works will make sure Victorian rail networks continue to provide vital connections. And in sport, it's the end of the A-grade season for both Ballarat and Newlyn in the Central Highlands Netball League. In an elimination final on Sunday, Beaufort were the victors, scoring 63 points to Newlyn's 52. It was a nail-biting final for Oakwood, scoring 39 points against Ballarat's 37 points. Oakwood will take on Learmonth in the semi-finals next Saturday, with Springbank taking on Beaufort. That's the latest in your local...
Hey there, I'm Jess, Embler. Tradies of down tools across the country protesting the Commonwealth's takeover of the CFMEU. There's been a heavy police presence for the unauthorised rallies, with construction workers protesting the union being placed into administration. PM Anthony Albanese saying it's all about ensuring there's no corruption.
Trade unions do a great job defending occupational health and safety, campaigning for better wages and conditions for their members. What they shouldn't be engaged in is the sort of activity that John Setka and others have been.
The number of students from overseas that are starting up a course in Australia next year are set to be capped. As part of the federal government's proposed reform for the sector, just 270,000 will be allowed to start studies here. About 145,000 of those are for unis. Dozens of people have been killed after a dam broke in Sudan. The UN says floodwater has swept through several villages and a number of people are missing. And Carlton coach Michael Voss has performed a citizen's arrest in Melbourne. He witnessed a car crash outside the cafe he was in and allegedly saw two teens trying to flee, one holding a knife before he tackled one to the ground.
Sports. Brought to you by D2E Gym. From Delacombe to Wendouree, you're never too far from a D2E.
In AFL, Christian Petrarca isn't backing down on his push to leave Melbourne. He's said to be disgruntled with the club, ending its campaign in 14th, while he hasn't played since a shocking spleen injury back in round 13. And Latrell Mitchell has fronted the Rabbitohs board over the white substance photo scandal. He's facing at least a one-game ban and a fine from the NRL, but stayed tight-lipped when leaving the Bunnies' headquarters. That's the latest news and sport.
PowerFM weather. At Cash Converters, we make more of the things you want possible. 9 Armstrong Street North.
severe weather warning has been issued for damaging, locally destructive winds. For the rest of your Tuesday, Arvo, cloudy with windy conditions. Tomorrow, cloudy with a shower or two and windy as well. A minimum of 8 degrees and a max of 13.